Ask Lori, a show designed to give a better perspective on relationships no matter what the circumstance may be. You can start, have, and keep unstoppable relationships. Lori Ann Davis can tell you how. Have questions? Need answers? Ask Lori.
Thank you for tuning in to the only station giving you double the information and inspiration, WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. This is Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. Don't let love and passion get lost in your life. As your relationship specialist, I am here to share secrets with you every week, helping you create unstoppable relationships. I want to welcome you to this week's show. I am so happy that you've joined us today. I am here to help you find, keep, and renew love and passion in your life. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this show is for you. I am bringing you the benefits of 28 years' experience helping people create the relationships of their dreams, and I'm here to help you with yours. If you have questions, which you have to have questions for me, I want to hear them. Please email them to me at WGIV@AskLori, that's Lori, @gmail.com. And then be sure to listen in every week where we will answer those questions for you. Today, we are going to be discussing the power of being authentic, 3 strategies for amazing relationships. And we're going to thank our sponsor, Dr. Jeff Zeitel at Zeitel Family Chiropractic, where you go to discover the true wellness lifestyle. Dr. Zeitel has helped many in the Charlotte area experience natural healing without surgery or drugs. He's located in the Ballantyne area and can be reached at 704-544-8881. That's 704-544-8881. And today I am so excited. We are discussing the power of being authentic, 3 strategies for amazing relationships. I am very honored to have an amazing guest on our show today, Marlon Smith. Through Success by Choice, Marlon has given keynote presentations in 45 states and 14 countries. He has lived in South Africa, where he produced the Motivational Mondays television series and the national Success is Your Choice radio program. Marlon was featured in Essence magazine as one of the top motivational speakers. Contributing to the Tony Robbins Global Youth Leadership Summit for 15 consecutive years, and contributing to the international best-selling Second Helping of Chicken Soup for the Soul book. He's also been a semi-finalist for Oprah's Big Give program. In a minute, we will talk about amazing relationships with this amazing man. But first, when we get back, he's going to tell us a little bit about some exciting things he has happening in his world. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss any of this. Zippy Shell Mobile Self-Storage is the most convenient and affordable short and long-term storage solution in the Charlotte and surrounding areas. Call 704-323-4056. We are convenient. We deliver the storage containers to your door. You load it at your convenience. We pick it up and store it for you and return it when you are ready. Our facility is alarmed and climate controlled. Save time, save money, save everything with Zippy Shell. Call us at 704-323-4056. That's 704-323-4056. We are part of Premier Barter Exchange and are a family-owned and operated company. If you or a loved one are unable to venture easily from your home due to injury, illness, or disability, Compassion Salon Services can provide you with a rejuvenating hair salon service in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Please call 704-774-2204 for more information, or visit us on the web at compassionsalon.com. Compassion Salon Services for immobilized persons. We believe the enrichment of life lies through compassion for the soul. So call us at 704-774-2204. That's 704-774-2204 for your in-home salon services. Welcome back to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn radio app. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. If you're just tuning in, we are going to be discussing the power of being authentic, 3 strategies for amazing relationships. But first, I want to let you know about something that we are doing at the radio station. We are offering free radio advertisement to business owners and nonprofits and churches. Call today to find out how your commercial can be heard for free by up to 40 million listeners. You can contact me at 704-999-1781. And now we have our amazing guest, Marlon Smith. He's a coach, speaker, author, and much more. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
So great to be here, Lori. Thank you.
Why don't you start off, before we get into our topic of today, you have something new and exciting going with a book that you are putting together.
Exactly.
Why don't you tell the listeners about that? Some of them might be able to participate.
Excellent. Thank you, Lori. Well, I believe all of us have a voice. Each one of us was born on purpose. And as a result of that, I have, as you mentioned earlier, I was blessed with the opportunity to be a contributing author to Chicken Soup for the Soul, a second helping. And what I realize is that we all have a voice. And so our movement is to celebrate people's voices. Everyone was born on purpose. All of your listeners, all the families represented, each one of us was born on purpose. So we have a movement where we're doing something called Voices of Inspiration, Volume 3. And it's basically where individuals are invited to share their stories, and they'll be a co-author in our book. Okay? And because we all have a story. And so it's so exciting. So if anyone's interested, they can send an email to purpose@successbychoice.com.
Okay, great. All right, so today I'm excited. We are talking about the power of being authentic.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about 3 strategies for amazing relationships.
Right.
And every week I talk about having unstoppable relationships, so that's the same as an amazing relationship. so let's get started talking about that for the listeners.
Let's do it. I think number one, you have to come from a space of abundance. We talk about relationships, and I know you are doing this all the time because that's who you are, right? But here's the thing. For our listeners, I want you to understand, you can't give what you do not have.
Very true.
Okay? So the first step to having a phenomenal, amazing, outstanding relationships is you have to first be good to you. Okay? That's the first thing. And so how do you be good to you? You have to first have the mindset, the consciousness that you're special. You see, in our society, we all think, I got to be like this person, or I got to do this. But no, each one of us, there's 7.3 billion people on earth, and everyone is unique. But if you walk in your own greatness, right, that's the first thing, to thyself be true. Right. And so that's what I want to say. Number one is appreciating who you are, and I'm talking about the good, the bad, and the indifferent.
Right. That dark side of you too, right?
Exactly. There you go. You thought I was going to say something else. But the point is that it's all about, being okay with you. Right. And not trying to be somebody else. Don't try to be a copycat. Be your authentic self.
Because, when I work with singles, I talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
You can only attract to you what you are putting out.
Come on.
So you have to be the best you can be.
That's right.
To attract that person you want into your life, to keep that person you want into your life.
Yeah, I wrote a book. It's you'll love this. It's find the love that you want and keep the love that you get. Okay? Now, come on now. See, it's not about just, we go on some dates, I attract that person, but how do you maintain the love?
Right.
Right? Okay?
Yes.
Right? And so the thing is, I think to your point, Lori, you can't give what you don't have.
No, you cannot.
Right? So when we talk about love and all this, I'm saying to yourself, first love thyself. Be good to you. Because listen, a lot of people, and I know you work with a lot of singles as well as I do, but one of the things I've come to realize, people think, remember Jerry Maguire? Okay? And remember that scene where she said, you complete me.
Right.
See, I think that is a fallacy. I think, no, I am whole at who I am. No relationship is going to complete me.
And then we get into a real bind because we get angry at the other person because why aren't you meeting my needs?
Ooh.
Why aren't you making me happy?
That's right.
In the book that I have that's coming out, it's interesting that you said that was the title of yours because at the bottom of mine I have Find, Keep, and Renew Love and Passion in Your Life.
Love it.
So we are on the same
there
track.
You go. Okay.
But I talk in the book about if you expect the other person to make you happy, you're going to be disappointed.
That's right.
You're in charge of your own happiness.
That's right.
That person should complement that, should go along for the ride.
Exactly.
But they can't make you happy.
Right. Exactly. And so I think with that, with the busyness of life, things are so moving so fast. We have to make sure that we're doing things on a daily routine so that we are building ourselves up. I mean, like right here, Lori, I know your listeners can't see it, but I've got what I call my goals affirmation collage. Okay. And so what I've done is I've cut out some pictures, I've taken some photographs, I've got my my long-term dreams. Right. You with me?
Yeah.
But this is something that affirms me. It allows me to be my best because what you focus on becomes your reality.
Yes.
Okay. Now, but also I got to share this with you. In my goals affirmation collage, I just want to share this with you. I think you'll get a kick. I have my wedding vows. Okay, so I can stay true to what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
But guess what, Lori?
What?
I also have my wife's wedding vows, so I can remind her what she said she was going to do. Okay, let's keep it real up in here.
We both have to do our parts in relationships.
We both have to do our part. There you go. And so my point again, number one is celebrate you. Come from that space of abundance. Realize that I'm a Christian. I believe there are no mistakes. I believe each one of us was born on purpose. So until I can really take ownership of that, then I just exude love. I exude confidence. You with me?
Yes.
Because as we said, I'm already whole, right? And for the singles out there, let me tell you, listen, you be good to you. You elevate you. You just love yourself. And I'm telling you, you will draw the right person to you.
Yeah, we always say that if you don't like what you're seeing and you're not finding the right relationship, you have to do something different.
Right.
And a lot of times we have no idea what it is we're doing.
That's right.
That's causing that miss. And so sometimes we need to work with somebody who can see things a little different and help us to understand what we are doing consistently that's getting us not where we want to be.
Exactly.
So that we can turn that around with couples and with singles.
Yeah, and I think that's why your work is so important because you're working with individuals, you're working with couples, you have this radio program because it's easy to get off course.
Oh, it is.
Are you with me? And I think the thing is, that's what I'm saying about being conscious. What are you doing on a daily routine?
Right.
I journal. That's my way to connect with me.
Right.
I look at my goals affirmation collage. I even do a mirror exercise. I have some affirmations in my bathroom mirror up on the wall, and I recite them every day as I'm brushing my teeth, right? And I look at them, and then after I finish brushing my teeth, I'll recite them out loud. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am a child of God. I'm a leader. I am divinely led. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm speaking it into existence.
Yes. I love it. Yeah. Very great. All right. What's the second one?
The second one, now that you realize who you are,
and you have something great to offer.
And you have something great to offer is number 2, walk in that greatness. What am I talking about? I'm talking about living it. I'm talking about, really doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Because once you realize, listen, none of us are perfect. But I think, and you mentioned it kind of earlier about, getting mad at your partner because he or she is not fulfilling all your needs. Listen, we are all going to disappoint each other.
Yes, we are.
But the beautiful thing is about walking in your greatness. That means, choosing to speak love, choosing to take the high path, right? Because, it's easy when everything's going great.
Oh, of course.
But it's when you're going through those challenges, right, Lori?
Yeah.
Can you still have that same love? Can you still have that same belief? And I got to say this to our listeners. What you focus on becomes your reality.
It does. And I talk about that in the book that I have coming out a lot, that if you are constantly looking at the things you don't like about your partner, then your attitude about them is really going to change. And I say that, for every criticism or everything that you say about them, if you really find that you need to say something that's not positive, do you have at least 5 things that you have said that are positive? We really do have to watch where our focus is because you can take those little things and they can become big things.
Exactly.
Or you can look at those little things and turn those imperfections into perfections.
Love it, love it.
And say, you know what? Maybe I don't like like that my partner throws their clothes on the floor next to the dirty clothes
That's right,
hamper.
that's
I wish
right.
they'd make the dirty clothes hamper.
Sure.
But you know what? If I walked into that room and I didn't see those clothes there, they wouldn't be there.
That's right.
And I love them. So I can walk in and look at those clothes, pick them up and put them in the hamper and say, I love you, sweetheart.
Right. There you go.
Those little things we can do, and that will take a huge focus from the negative to the positive.
That's right.
And then you feel more love every day.
Exactly.
So when those things come up in your relationship, that those kind of tough times, before you open your mouth, my thinking with my guy always is, before I open my mouth and say something, I really need to give myself time. Is it important enough to say something? Is it really my issue and not his? Am I just feeling insecure about some things?
That's right.
Where's it really coming from?
Yeah.
And so before you say something, before you put it out there and you can't take it back,
Right.
we really need to try hard to kind of go through it in our own heads and decide, is it their issue or our issue?
Well, here's the thing, Lori. You've just really have tapped on something. It's basically taking ownership for your feelings. Are you with me?
Yes.
I mean, we like to think that, wow, okay, we're almost like a jukebox. If I push in this code, certain music will come out. This song will play. But really, and I like what you said, take a moment, take a deep breath, okay, and take ownership. How am I feeling? What's been triggered in me, right? And take ownership for that, right? I mean, it's a choice to be happy. It's a choice to be sad.
It is.
Okay, really. I mean,
and sometimes it's a harder choice to be happy depending on the circumstances, but it's always a choice.
Right. But the other thing to that is realizing that everything happens for a reason.
True.
See, now I'm talking about belief, right?
Yes.
And I'm talking about, wow, okay, I may not understand, but there's an opportunity. Even when I go through challenges, and this again is about, walking in your greatness. When I journal and when I go through hard times, as you mentioned, right? I write it out because up in my mind it can be confusing. But when I journal, and please listeners, give yourself this gift. Journaling is powerful for you to connect. But here's the thing. When I go through some hard points, I write it down and then I ask myself this question. What can I learn from this?
Yes.
You see, just by, realizing, wow, okay, this happened, but what can I learn from it? Life is an emotional roller coaster. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down.
Yes.
But it's when you go through those low points, that's really the gift.
It is. That's the
really
time
the
we
gift.
have to learn.
Yes.
To learn about other people, to learn about ourselves.
Yes.
To grow stronger. The last challenge that I went through was a huge challenge in my life. But I came out of it learning so much. Actually, this whole passion to work with couples and to work with singles came out of that challenge. I had always been working with people and but this passion that I have right now for this particular niche that I'm working with came from my life falling apart. It wasn't going the way I thought it was going to go.
I feel you. Yeah.
After 28 years of marriage, thinking I would always be married, I ended up single.
Okay.
Didn't want that, didn't think. But then when I did like you did and was journaling and was looking at how was that relationship phenomenal for 25 years.
Sure.
And decided, you know what? I need to go share that with people. And I need to recreate that. So if I figure out how to start over and recreate it, I can help other people
That's right.
that are single, that are saying, I'm not in this relationship. And I can say, I had this one. It was great, but I lost it, and I picked myself up off the floor.
There you go.
Made a new choice of a new direction in my career.
Sure.
I'm passionate about that now. I'm in this next fabulous relationship.
That's right.
So if I can do that, then I can take all of that and
That
give
learning.
that
Yep.
to you,
That's right.
along with the education and the experience.
Exactly. And for our listeners, here's the thing. Your misery can become your ministry. That's what Lori just shared. As you're going through the trials and tribulations, your tests are your testimony. And so I want you to understand, I don't know where you are in life, but realize this, as Lori has just shared, had a wonderful relationship and, things happen. And you said you rebuilt yourself.
Yeah.
And now you're on a mission to share, your ministry is really your ministry.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're out here sharing, hey, here are some strategies for strengthening relationships, for, being good with you first, right? So I just wanted to say that that's powerful. And that's really leads into number 3, strategy number 3 is just understanding that all things work for the good. All things. And I know, listen, 2009, 2 of my brothers died. My brother Sean died in February 2009. My brother Greg died in September 2009. One of my best friends, my mentor, died Thanksgiving week, Bill Davis, 2009. 2009 was a
rough year, yes.
It was. But as you said, when I went through the valley, I went through a dark time, I came out understanding the importance of relationships, the importance of looking at people in the eye and saying, I love you, right? Even if a stranger, just sending out positive energy. And that's why I, too, am on a mission. So I want our listeners to understand that when you go through those dark times, you can come out so much higher. Okay.
Yes.
And that's a gift when you look back.
Yes.
All right. So that's very powerful.
And knowing that when you're in it
Yeah.
can help you to say, you know what, you're going
This
to come
too
out
shall
of
pass.
this. Yes,
Right.
this too shall pass. It won't last unless you choose for it to.
Sure.
Because I have worked with people that are making a choice at that
yep.
moment
Yeah.
to stay down there.
Exactly.
And, hopefully if they contact me and they decide they're going to work with me,
Right.
I'm not going to let them stay down there.
That's right. That's right.
So
No,
they're either going to come up or they're going to leave.
Exactly.
And they're going
right.
to not work.
One or the other.
Yeah,
right?
one of the two.
But my company is called Success by Choice because I realize my success has to be my choice.
Yes.
And I'm with you. It's all about choices. We get to choose. That's why I said, you're not a jukebox.
No.
If you were to call me something bad right now, I still have a choice to be mad, or I have a choice to hey, that's your issue.
Right, yeah.
You with me?
Yes.
But that's what I want us to understand, listeners, is that, listen, and here's the other thing. People are doing the best with what they know how.
They are.
If people knew better,
Yes.
they do better.
Which is why it's so important that people like us are out there. It
Right.
makes our mission so important. I believe a couple things. I believe that relationships are really the foundation of our lives.
Yes.
And that we need to build on those.
Yes.
But in our society, our relationships are falling apart at astonishing rates. If you look at divorce rates, if you look at, and I'm sure it's even worse than that, the people that are in relationships that didn't get married, that split up.
Sure.
But I, again, don't believe it's that people don't want better relationships.
Right.
They don't know how to have better relationships. I think we've talked about this on the phone.
We sure did.
That template that
Yes.
we used to have for relationships has changed.
Yes.
But we didn't replace it. We didn't give people, when our society's changed and our roles have changed, we didn't give people a new template
That's
on
right.
how to have relationships.
Exactly.
We aren't taught that.
That's
So I
right.
think we don't know how. But the other thing that I think, and you'll see if you agree or not,
Okay.
is I also don't believe that there's a lot of people out there who don't have the faith that they can have better relationships. They think we're married, it's great in the beginning, it kind of goes cold, and we're not going to get along, but that's what happens in a marriage.
Yeah.
So that's to be expected. So I just need to tolerate it and stay married like that.
Sure. And I think that, low expectations
Yeah.
and, hey, I'm seeing my other friends talk about their miserable
Yes.
relationships and whatnot. But I want to go back to, again, and this is the truth. When you come from a state of abundance, right? When I love myself, right? I mean, and that's what I'm saying for all of our listeners. It doesn't matter if you're single, if you're married, and significant relationship. It doesn't matter. I'm here to say the key to life, the key to love, is for you to be just celebrating life.
Yes.
All right. And that's why, I shared those strategies, as far as, journaling or looking at your goals affirmation clause or doing the mirror exercise. I've got a lot of resources at successbychoice.com so, people can check it out. But my point is that, it's my choice.
It is.
It's my choice. And I've got to do things on a daily basis, Lori, to be positive, to be excited, and that's why I think it's so important what you're doing. Because here's the thing. Think about this. I want you to check this out. In relationships, it's not like a driver's license. Check this out. In a driver's license, right, to drive a car, you have to study.
Yes.
You have to then take a test. You have to pass the test in order to get your driver's license.
Right.
Unfortunately, in the area of relationships, there's no
Nope.
relationship license, right?
No.
So you got people just crashing into one another. You with me?
Yes.
Just bombarding, right? But because we haven't been taught. And that's why
No.
your work is so important. I'm so excited about your new book. This is awesome. And even WGIV, I mean, just that we're having thought, we're having intellectual conversation,
Conversations.
right, to elevate the consciousness.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is great.
We don't teach people how to be in relationships. And then when they end, what I see a lot is we blame the other person.
Right.
The
Oh, it's
relationship
easy.
ended because
Yeah.
that person was lousy. They
Yeah.
cheated, they did
Right.
that. And then I hear things which I really hate, I cringe. All men or all
yeah,
women.
yeah,
and then I
sure.
go, oh no,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You're doomed to continue to find that if that's your belief. So we
Yeah.
really have to change that.
Yeah, and that's an easy way out,
It
right?
is the easy way out
And
because you bring you to the next relationship.
Come on, and I think excuses are the tools of the incompetent. Those who specialize in them seldom succeed in anything. So the thing is really, when you're pointing at one person, remember you got three fingers pointing
Back
at you.
at you, yes.
So, to your point, Lori, I think that the key is, to thyself be true and look at everything as an opportunity for growth. Okay, why is this happening? What did I do? What can I do better next time? In one of my books, Living with Purpose, 40 Days to Empowering You and Your Family, I have 40 daily assignments because it's all about habits. It's not about a once-off.
Right.
It's about, reinforcing, these winning habits so you have a winning life.
Yes. And you're inspiring, and you inspire me, and
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Because, on this journey that I am on, every now and then, I do wake up some days and think, really?
Right. Right.
So even those of us that are trying to help the listeners,
sure,
we still wake up some days and think, what am I doing?
This is life.
Yes. Yeah. Or I wake up some days and think, I'm not as happy with my partner as I would like to be. But the difference, I think, between some of the listeners and what we're doing is that we're aware.
Right.
We have that awareness that we can change it. And so we might be down here for a little bit.
Just for a little bit.
But we understand that we're down, and we understand that we can get back up.
That's right.
And we know how to get there.
Yes.
And we purposely try to get there. So
yeah, I think that's so important. And again, for your listeners, with this Voices of Inspiration, this book movement, I encourage them to send an email to purpose@successbychoice.com so that we can hear their voice.
Yes.
And that's, just like your story, you've inspired me. I just am so appreciative for
thank
you.
you.
But, even for the listeners, everyone has a voice.
They do.
And we want to now take your voice, put
Everyone's
it in a
important.
book. And really share with others.
Great.
Because remember, your misery is your ministry.
thank you so much for being here.
Thank
you
you.
were an inspiration to everybody, including me, and I appreciate it immensely. So you are listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. You're tuned into WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte.
I'm Peyton Manning, and I joined Nationwide because they put members first. And what's important to you is important to them.
What about my car?
Yep.
My retirement?
Our house? Definitely. Protecting what you care about. Just another way Nationwide does it right. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Paid spokesperson, subject to underwriting guidelines. Scales and availability vary.
Contact Nationwide agent Chance Perry for a free quote today. The only chance you want to take when protecting your business, life, and belongings. It's 704-554-5701. That's 704-554-5701. If you or a loved one are unable to venture easily from your home due to injury, illness, or disability, Compassion Salon Services can provide you with a rejuvenating hair salon service in the privacy and comfort of your own home. Please call 704-774-2204 for more information, or visit us on the web at compassionsalon.com. Compassion Salon Services for immobilized persons. We believe the enrichment of life lies through compassion for the soul. So call us at 704-774-2204. That's 704-774-2204 for your in-home salon services. Welcome back to WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn Radio app. You're listening to Ask Lori, and I'm your host, Lori Ann Davis. If you're just tuning in, we have been discussing the power of being authentic. 3 strategies for amazing relationships. We had an amazing guest, Marlon Smith, on. So if you're just tuning in and you've missed it, you're going to want to go to my website where I will post the replay of it later, and you're going to want to go back and pull this one out because it's one that you really didn't want to miss. And if you want to find, keep, or renew that love and passion in your life, I am always here to help you. For more information, you're going to want to go to my website. It's LoriAnnDavis.com. That's LORIANN Davis.com. You can read my blog, sign up for my newsletter, find out what events I have coming up, follow me on social media, listen to past radio shows. If you're local, you're going to want to, and you're single, you want to join my Successful Singles group. I am here to help you create the relationship you have always wanted and deserve. So let me know how I can help you. Today, we discussed the power of being authentic. 3 strategies for amazing relationships. We want to thank our guest, Marlon Smith, who was amazing. And I want you to join us next week when we reveal more secrets to finding, keeping, and renewing love and passion in your life, not only for the weekend, but for every day. Thank you, family, for tuning in, and continue to tune in every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I'm Lori Ann Davis, and you've been listening to Ask Lori on WDRB Media and WGIV, the soul of Charlotte. Have a great weekend.